All right, so to get to the first question, it looks like it came from Greg. Greg's first up. He says, how exactly do you add clickable CTAs to a video on YouTube? So those are call to actions. Sorry for the beginner question, but other than a link in the description, I have no idea. Are there cards or annotations or clickable buttons that can be added to a video? Yeah, that's what cards are for. Also, if you're running ads, you can obviously run it, put clickable links within the ad itself. But if you're just talking about for organic videos, regularly, for videos that people find on YouTube organically or in Google search, then it's going to be using cards. He says, I will be using a video to link to my Amazon store, and I hope to add a couple of links during the middle part of the video. How do I use and how do I do that? Again, it's just cards. So Greg, just go to Google and search or YouTube and search for how to add YouTube cards, and you'll see plenty of tutorials out there that will show you exactly how to do it. It's easy to do. And you can place cards at very specific parts within the content, within the video itself. So you can, put them at certain intervals or whatever. Keep in mind though, in order to be able to link to an external website, you have to have a site that you can, it's called an associated website. You have to validate that you have ownership of that site, or at least some sort of like webmaster control of that. So I don't think you can link directly to Amazon, but what you could do is link to like an Amazon product review site that you own. It's something, typically the way that you would do it is you would add the site to Search Console within the same Google account as your YouTube account. And if you do that, then you can add your URL, the web page that you want to link out to as an associated website, and then you can link to it, right? So you can do that on a domain level or even on a web page level. So, but again, you have to have webmaster control essentially of the site, whether you're the owner or you have access to it, so that you can link those two accounts. You can't just link externally from a YouTube video to like an Amazon store that I'm aware of, because you have to have access to that site as like a webmaster or ownership of the site, if that makes sense. Does anybody have any other? Is there anything to dispute what I just said?
No, I think that's the way it is, because annotations are not a thing anymore.
That's
so,
right.
So yeah, cards. So you have end cards and you have end annotations, but yeah, basically that's going to be and description links.
There's cards and end screens. You can do it with end screens as well. Cards you can kind of space out at certain intervals, or just put them where you want them to show up, and that's where it'll kind of slide out from the top. There will be that little eye icon for information, and if you click on it, the card will slide out, and you can link to other videos, to playlists, to your channel. You can link to an external website, like I said, as long as you verify it. So, okay, just go to Google or YouTube and search for how do I add external links with cards, and you'll see plenty of tutorials for that. Yeah. Jeffrey's up. I'm sorry, did somebody say something?
Yeah, can you hear? Real quick, I just wanted to say on that. Also, those have generally pretty low click-through rates, so I would approach this kind of from a different point of view and not just go into just link to Amazon from there, which might end up actually being a problem. But even if it's not, I would create the videos potentially, make a bridge page in between, basically, like
right.
And using some sort of a lead magnet, like even if it's not an actual like a PDF or something like that, but send people to a page to your site for a reason that they want to click through, and then from there, they'll go to Amazon or whatever. I would definitely do it that way instead of trying to send people direct.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if you send people to like a product review page, for example, you could entice them to opt in for something so that you can build an email list from that traffic. But you can also cookie them, right? If you've got remarketing, I mean, you could set up a remarketing list on the video too, by the way. So don't forget about that, Greg. It's really important. Remarketing is super powerful. We're going to be talking about that in the branding course that I'm, starting on Monday. But you can set up a remarketing list through Google Ads for that specific YouTube video. So now you know that anybody watches that video is interested in that product, and you can remarket to them via YouTube. But if you drive them to a product review page first, where you could entice them to get onto opt into some sort of list for some freebie or something, now you can email market to them. But even if they don't do that, you can still cookie them and build a remarketing list for Google Display Network ads too, which are incredibly inexpensive. and you can kind of follow them around. Now that you know what product they're interested in, you could actually market to that remarketing list with that same product, as well as similarly related products, if that makes sense, because you know that they've already expressed an interest or they wouldn't have clicked through to your review page. So there's a lot of things that you can do with that. Why I would recommend not just using the cards and that's it. And, you know, you can get better results is what I'm saying. Okay. It's a good question though.